Welcome back, guys. So today is July 6th. It's a Saturday, so it's time for the Madpixel Weekend rant and ramble news type thing. You know, it's just whatever it turns into. Could be news, could just be me ranting and rambling about stuff. We could be talking about aliens. We could be talking about video games, feelings. I don't freaking know. It's Saturday, man. This is like a filler video. You're either here for it or you're not, man. And I appreciate if you're here for it. So we do have a few things to talk about real quick. One, I had a couple people bring up the new Evercade handhelds. I didn't talk about them. They're not really Evercade. I mean, they are Evercade, but the Hyper Megatech Super Pockets. There's a couple of them. I didn't talk about these earlier this week as I didn't see a email come through for them. I did find an email. I responded to somebody like, they didn't send me an email on this stuff. It went to spam. I guess Google, my Gmail, they're like, Hyper Megatech, what the hell is that nonsense? That's some spam looking stuff, right? So they have two new ones, an Atari edition and a Technos edition. They had like a wood grain special edition Atari one. It sold out like in a day, it looked like. I checked it out. I was like, no, I'm not going to buy it because I bought the special editions of these two when they came out. And oh my God, the packaging on that like was horrible. Like for a special edition, it was like paper thin. It was crap, dude. And in all honesty, I do like these things, but I hope the quality control has. I hope they've upped their game on these things because there's like light bleed and weirdness with some of these things. Overall, they were neat, but yeah, they gotta have gotten better with them, man. But let's take a quick look at these. I'm not as interested in the Atari one, but there's a buttload of games on the Atari one. So if you are an Atari fan, you're getting like 50 freaking games on this damn thing for $60 in the US, right? $59. Yeah. 59 bucks, dude. You're getting 50 highly acclaimed Atari games. That's up for debate. I mean, if you love Atari, it's probably not up for debate for you, but you're getting some cool stuff. Arcade games, 2600 games. I don't care about the 2600 stuff too much. The arcade stuff would be things that I would more so play over the 2600 versions. But there's neat things there. I don't know about playing Crystal Castles with that D-pad. Maybe. But yeah, there you go. I'm not going to read every single game here. But there's some neat stuff, and you got some 7800 games on there too. Hey, Fatal Run, we just do a video on the new cartridge that came out. Food Fight, we just got that new cartridge. All like these three came out as cartridges. I just did a video. I mean, they were cartridges way back when, but Atari just released new, re-release cartridges of those. Kung Fu, that game is boo-boo for the links, but whatever, man. It's cool. There's a ton of games for it. I may buy these. I may buy them. Just for shits and giggles, you know what I mean? But there's the Atari one, red. There was that wood grain one that I believe may have completely sold out. Skip that video. We don't care about all that. This one, the Technos one, or what I like to call the Double Dragon one, this one only has a few games. How many? It's $60 as well. This one has 3, 6, 9, 12, like 15 games. You get Double Dragon arcade version, Double Dragon NES version, Double Dragon 2 and 3 arcade, Double Dragon Game Boy. All these games, Combat Tribes, Minky Monkey, the hell? Renegade, Super Double Dragon, Super Dodgeball, loved that game. Super Spike V-Ball, loved it as well. Nice little collection. So these come out later this year, October, I believe, Halloween time. Pre-orders go live end of July, if you're interested. I don't know. I hope these guys aren't like completely blowing their load with too many releases in one year because they have the new Evercade console and handheld coming out. Then these two Hyper Megatech Super Pockets coming out, and then the two arcade machines coming out on the span of a few months. Like, it's crazy. Blowing their load, man. Blowing their load. What's next? What's next on the docket here? So this individual hit me up about, I've seen a couple people in the past. The Pixel FX Morph Scaler. There's pretty drastic price cut. I know what the Morph Scaler is, and I'm going to be straight honest with you, and I'm not shitting on these guys. I have my Dreamcast and my Nintendo 64 with their good stuff, their HDMI, mods that were specifically designed for those systems, full, spectrum of options with that, not their base stuff, and then you pay for DLC. I'm not for that, dude. Like their new, mods that they sell, I'm not for any of that. But the Morph 4K, I'm just being honest. I'm not knocking these guys because I don't care about their competition as well. I personally have zero need for any of this crap anymore. Like, I just don't see the point. And even more so, the more 4K, yeah, it got a pretty big price cut, $275 now. But that's like big whoop in my opinion. I'm just saying, in my opinion, for my use case. You may see a use case. If you see a use case, great. It's a lot cheaper now. It's not over $400. But for like, there's no analog inputs. It's just HDMI. So cool. You're plugging in Retro Gem console. That's what the mod's called now, Retro Gem. I don't have Retro Gem. I have the old versions that you don't have to pay for the DLC. But if you have HDMI modded consoles, cool. Plug it into this bitch. If you have a Mr. FPGA, plug it into it. Analog systems, plug it into it. Nintendo Switch, Steam Deck, plug it into it. Get that 4K goodness. I don't care. I don't need all that. Like, not everything. Like, I just want to play my games. I just want to enjoy my stuff. I don't need to play Super Nintendo games on the Super NT and freaking plug it into something that costs almost $300 to make it look 4K. I've gotten over that. I'm over the pursuit of, like, I need it to look so freaking sharp and like amazing that like my balls explode. I don't care, dude. I just want to enjoy my games. I'm tired of spending money to try to make my games look better and better and better. My pursuit was like convenience factor. Like, I have a CRT, but like it's small. It kind of sucks. Sometimes it's in my garage. It's 106 degrees today, dude. I am sweating my ass off right now recording in my damn garage. I should be recording inside, but there's too many people in there. It's noisy. I'm in the garage recording, sweating. It's crazy. I'm not going to play games in here. I'm going to go inside, chill in a little bit. So like, my whole thing was like, I got some retro consoles. What's the best way to plug them into HDMI? That was my pursuit. And I found those ways for me. I don't need to spend any more money. I don't need 4K out of any of this stuff. So for me, like, this thing doesn't make sense. I'm not paying $300. Like, it doesn't have like the inputs for component, composite, S-video. That's something that's coming soon eventually. And you're going to spend extra money for that. I don't care. So that's just my opinion. I don't care. It's $275. I'm not buying it. I don't need it. I don't care. That's where it's at. Next thing, I saw this yesterday. I thought it was kind of funny. In a post on LinkedIn in which a user exposes that Walmart acts as an intermediary in the sale of hacked ROMs on Nintendo games, President of Nintendo Doug Bowser responds with, "Thank you for making it visible." I saw this. I thought it was kind of funny. Somebody posted, I guess, on LinkedIn. I can't help but wonder if the legal team at Nintendo, like, they're tagging these fools, is aware of this. Doug Bowser could do real damage to our beloved Mario. Snitches get stitches. Only 21.45 USD. Shotgun Mario 64. Like, snitch, like, it wasn't Walmart selling, it was like third-party seller. Like, this kind of stuff happens, man. This kind of stuff happens. But apparently Doug Bowser, appreciate the visibility, and then Walmart pulled that listing, dude. Freaking happened, dude. Nuts. Next thing. I think this is freaking awesome. I have not done content on Mister in a while. I'm sorry. Almost a year ago, and I have not brought this up. I've had multiple Mister units over the years, but the last Mister unit, the only unit that I had in my possession, I still have part of the components, but my DE10 nano board, I cracked it and it's of no use. I still have the other components and I haven't replaced it because like the parts have just become crazy expensive. But the freaking so I gotta get a new setup at some point because I gotta test this. I have a Sinden light gun. I have two Sinden light guns. I love the Sinden light gun. I use this thing all the time on my PC and it's fun, dude. It's fun. But now on Mister, you have Sinden light gun support, and people didn't think this was going to happen. I remember not too long ago somebody asking me about it, and I looked into it, and I was like, people been asking, but it doesn't look like it's happening. But it's happened now, dude. Mr. Sinden driver. There's limited support. From what I understand, watching the video from the individual that created the Sinden light gun, takes about maybe a half hour to get this set up. You have like NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, PlayStation. What else? There's a few systems. There's a few systems right here. Sega CD, Sega Master System, Atari 7800. There is a few systems that you could play these games on. It's not 100%, maybe a work in progress, but it works. It's a continuing work in progress, apparently, but it works. And I think this is freaking awesome. If you want to go and buy a Sinden light gun, or if you already have one, there you go. And heads up, before we go, we're ending it there. But Amazon Prime Day is coming up. I don't know if you realize this. I am an Amazon influencer. Yes, I influence the Amazons, I guess. But I have an Amazon page, like, you know, on Amazon, where I make lists, dude. Video game pre-orders, recommended items, Switch deals. On Amazon Prime Day, which I believe is the 16th and 17th, I will have a list on this page. Amazon.com/shop/Madlittlepixel. I'll have a link in the description. You go there, I'll have like updated lists of like the Prime Day deals for video games, electronics, computer stuff, all that awesomeness here. If you want to check it out, boom, there you go. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you guys. Bye.